Hello, my friends. I hope you're having a great day. I hope everything is going well for you in your day and in your lives right now. So, for today's topic of the video, I wanted to talk about. I briefly alluded to this in my Star Wars ramble of what I would be talking about. I want to talk about a movie series that I absolutely love. It's an amazing movie series, and you should 100% check it out. So, when I'm done talking about it, you should click off the video and go watch these movies because they're amazing. The series I wanted to talk about is Dirty Harry, and it's acted. The main character of those films is acted by Clint Eastwood, and since I haven't really had a lot of experience with Clint Eastwood films, this was kind of, I think, like a first great step into that. And I really enjoyed these movies. So I'm gonna talk briefly about the movies. So spoilers are ahead, but I'm not gonna talk about them in chronological order. I'll kind of jump around, discuss what I liked about them, what was really fun, and what I enjoyed about them. So anyway, Clint Eastwood in this movie plays an inspector, a detective in the San Francisco area. In this first movie is in 1971. That's when the first movie takes place, and the last movie takes place in it came out in 1988. So these are around the time periods that the movies take place. So these series of movies are about a detective and a police inspector named Harry Callahan, which is Clint Eastwood's character, and kind of his role trying to bring justice to a city where a lot of bad things happen. He's kind of like he's Clint Eastwood, so he's shooting the bad guys. He's no holds bar, kicking ass, and a lot of the other police on his force, they kind of don't like that because it causes a lot of negative attention for them. So a common theme throughout these movies is they're always like, Callahan, you need to take it easy. You need to calm down. You're causing the city damage, because he'll get in like ridiculous shootouts. He'll be like just kicking ass the Clint Eastwood way. He'll get in shootouts and like cars get destroyed and freaking like entire like stores get get destroyed. The glass gets shot out. And it's funny because in these movies, Clint Eastwood, his character Harry Callahan is he only carries a six-shooter, so he's doing all this damage with a six-shooter, which is kind of hilarious. Since it's not a modern day depiction of the police. He doesn't have a Glock or anything like that. He just walks around with a six-shooter, and he's just a quick draw, so he'll shoot people that have machine guns, and he'll take them out, and it's really funny, and it's really badass. So the movies have a series of different villains on the film. Each film of the Dirty Harry series, of the 5 films, starting from 1971, 1988, they all, none of them carries over the story, which I really like about these films. Each film is a new, fresh story about Harry Callahan, which is interesting because like even the characters that he has as lovers in each movie, you go to the next movie, you never see or hear from him again. Or like the female characters that he's close to. Like there's this one movie where, one of the movies, I think it's the 5th one, where this woman starts taking revenge on the people that SA'd her, and she starts killing them, or unaliving them, I should say. I have to get used to my YouTube grammar. She starts unaliving them, and I watched this film and I'm kind of like, oh, Harry's gonna have to arrest her at the end of the movie, but no, he doesn't. He basically, the last person takes her hostage, he kills him, and then he basically just lets her go. He tells the other cops, oh, there's no evidence, we couldn't find out what happened. So she just goes, but we never see from her again. And this is a common theme with a lot of the Dirty Harry movies, is you'll see like a character that is really like big in the story in that film, but then you don't see him in the next film, which I thought would bother me, but honestly it's refreshing because each new film has a new enemy, a new plot, a new idea. In the first film it's pretty awesome because there's these guys that are robbing, I don't know if it was like a bank or a store, but Harry Callahan shoots most of them, and then he goes up to this guy, he's like, well, you feeling lucky, punk? And then he takes them all down, and it's just a great series of movies. And Clint Eastwood is an amazing actor and director, and I haven't really experienced most of his stuff because, I mean, to be fair, I think it's kind of before my generation a little bit. So I hadn't watched a lot of his stuff, but someone in my family recommended me the Dirty Harry movies, so I was like, oh yeah, I gotta watch this. This is gonna be awesome. And it was amazing. Those movies were phenomenal. So I highly recommend you check them out. You can get them on Prime. You can rent them there, and just watch all five of them because they're all super good. And the last film was pretty good too. Liam Neeson was in that one. Um, there was this. It's called Deadpool, or it's called The Deadpool. I'm looking down at my notes here to make sure I have that right. Um, that's the final film in 1988, and basically that film goes into these celebrities are getting assassinated, and originally they want you to think it's Liam Neeson's character who's doing it. The actor, because he's a director in the film and he's a lot younger. Like he plays the director, I mean, and so there's that. And they kind of allude to thinking it's him, but it's not. And the Deadpool is like a list of celebrities that this guy's like systematically killing. Um, so he gets stopped by Harry Callahan at the end, which was pretty cool. I still think the fifth movie was the most intense, and I wouldn't say it's the best one. I'd say the first one's the best one, but the fifth movie with the woman who gets revenge on the people that essayed her and unalives them and all that. That was a good film. That was great. It was really like it was a good film. And the fact that Harry basically was like, hey, look, I'm gonna let you go on this one because you're basically just doing a good deed, killing all these horrible people. So that was cool. But the second movie is also pretty good too because there's this group of police officers in Harry's in his precinct, or whatever you call it, not precinct, but in his department that he works at, and there's these cops that basically take it upon themselves to be militia members, and they have the support of the commissioner or the guy in charge at the time. So this film ends super crazy where like basically I'm trying to remember. So basically he has Harry at gunpoint and he's like backing off and he's like, I'm gonna turn you in and no one's gonna believe you. And he's driving away, and Harry had snuck a bomb that was found previously in the movie in the car, and the guy's driving away and he just blows up. It's pretty amazing. So these films are awesome. They're action packed, and part of my thing is like, yeah, Harry Callahan is doing all of this with a 6-shooter. Like he doesn't have, and he's like so intelligent about the way he fights too. There's this one scene in one of the movies where these gang members track him down, and they find this like giant wooden crate, and they shoot it thinking he's in it, and then he pops his head out of a barrel and shoots them. And the funny thing is, like, if they had just looked in the barrel that was closer to them, they would have seen him, but he counted on the fact that they probably weren't going to do that. He kind of gambled with his life there, but that's part of the amazing thing about this series of movies. It's awesome. These movies are great. I know I'm kind of spoiling things, so I will put a spoiler warning if I haven't, already said spoiler this, spoiler that, because, I like to talk about it. I don't really like to be one of those people that makes a video and I don't say anything about the movies and I'm just like, just check it out, just trust me, So, but regardless, I think you should check out these movies if you haven't seen them yet. They are a lot of fun, and if you have seen the movies, that's awesome, because now you know how great those movies are, and you're in the know. And yeah, those movies are just awesome, and he's constantly kicking ass. He's a true, like, traditional hero in the action sense, and that's most of Clint Eastwood's characters from what I've, just the little amount that I've researched. But in these movies, he's great, and each movie has a new villain, a new plot, a new threat to be conquered or handled. And Harry is usually at odds with the police department because they want him to like take it easy, and he's like, no, like I'm not gonna take it easy. These are criminals. They're trying to kill people or do worse things, and he knows he has to stop them. Even if he damages property, which he does a lot in these movies. He damages property a lot. But that's, it's okay. It's part of the action, right? It's part of what makes it fun. So anyway, my friends, I hope you enjoyed that little snippet I talked about the Dirty Harry movies. So the movies are, and I'll read them off to you here. I have it on my phone. So 1971 is Dirty Harry. 1973 is Magnum Force. 1976 is The Enforcer. 1983 is Sudden Impact. And 1988 is The Deadpool. So you should check out all these movies if you haven't seen them. I love these movies a lot. They're a lot of fun. It's just classic action, good versus evil. Good guy kicks bad guy's ass. It's just fun. And they have some intense themes, and that's part of what makes the series and the movies so cool. I originally thought there was only 3 movies, and then I found out there were 5, and I was like, well, I gotta watch all of them now. But anyway, my friends, yeah, check them out. I hope you enjoyed me talking about them a little bit. It's just a movie series I love a lot. So anyway, my friends, take care. Have a rest of your day. Bye.